I'm Khiara, and this is Adam. We've been sailing for the past 2 years on our boat, the Millennial Falcon. Subscribe, and thanks for watching. So we are just pulling into a rainy day in Guadeloupe. We pretty much couldn't see the island for about the first 3 hours, and then rain has passed and we're pulling in now. We're going to get the dinghy in the water straight away, and I'm going to head to shore and do our shopping. And if we do that, then we might be able to leave early tomorrow morning. If we don't get to the shops in time, then we'll just do a little bit of that early tomorrow morning. We're both feeling pretty tired. We are looking forward to a nice snooze tonight in a proper bed that's not, on a lean. Yeah, without a tractor engine running in the background too, that always helps. But yeah, we have arrived. So Adam just went to go and check the oil, the engine oil, just before leaving, and he noticed that there was absolutely nothing in there, and we just topped it up before we left here, so it's very unusual.
We have a real problem now. Are
you kidding me?
Well, the drip pan is full of oil, so hopefully we've just left a cap off or something, but I don't know how, that's weird, that's bad. We're not going anywhere today. If not, I don't know if we're going anywhere for a while. That's the problem. I'm surprised we made it this far.
Seriously?
Well, we must have been running with no oil for... Either that's just happened or we've been running for like 12 hours with no oil. Weirdly, it didn't set off the oil pressure gauge, but I don't know what's going on, but that's bad.
So all the oil has obviously come out of the engine and into the drip tray. Don't know how, don't know why. This is what we need to solve today. Thankfully we do have some more oil to top it up with, but this will be troubleshooting what's wrong. At this stage we're hoping that it's just a matter of a little bolt that has come out, and that's the reason why. But it could be something more sinister, so we shall see.
A mechanical disaster is just another Sunday morning.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Let's have breakfast.
Pretty much.
Let's finish up what we're doing.
Yep. So, we went to shore, we had a quick look in the engine bay, and then we're like, let's go to shore, let's get a kick-ass breakfast, and then let's try and deal with everything. So, we only got the best stuff that we can. Croissants, orange juice, and muesli and yogurt. So much for our quick run down south to Grenada this morning. Not happening. I've already texted my mum, and I've told her that she'll definitely be there before us. Who knows, she might need to come up and meet us. We'll figure out what's going on later. We'll see how bad, how dire the situation really is. We got stuck into the job, and after a couple of days of cleaning, topping up the oil, inspecting the engine and more cleaning, we found a small pinhole leak. For those who want the nitty-gritty details, we've popped it into a separate video linked above. We were seriously stoked to be able to find such a small hole in such a mammoth engine. After a quick call around to local shops and shops on nearby islands, we realised that we would have to order the part in. And so the waiting game began.
So I calculate, and it's pretty rough, I calculate that if we have 497,000 cubic feet of helium to lift 30,000 pound boat, which the cubed root of that is, I think, was 79 cubed would give us that. So if we divide that by 2, it should be like half that to get the cubic square footage of 2 balloons. It'd be like 40 by 40 by 40 times 2 should give us 80 by 80 by 80, the equivalent.
Yep, okay.
So that's a balloon each side of the boat. So if we get 40 by 40 by 40 on each side of the boat, big like Hindenburg balloons.
Fancy castle balloons.
Yeah, full of helium. Well, we can just fly there, and then we can use like the petrol generator to power like a big electric fan, and then we can just fly everywhere. We'll fly to.
Oh, you make it sound so easy.
But I have to factor in the weight of the helium and the weight of the balloons. But I did add some pretty conservative fudge factor into my math. So like 497,000 was pretty conservative. So.
Today we got an email in the afternoon saying that our parts were arriving today, a lot quicker than okay.
No, keep going.
Better? We expected them to come in another 3 days' time. So we are heading off to Ponte-Pieter. I cannot say that name. And we are attempting to try to find a bus on the way because countries and islands like this, they just don't really seem to have bus systems, bus routes, no websites, no nothing at all.
It's privatised, so it's just when it comes, it comes. It's a lot like other islands where, like Grenada, it's the same. They're just little minibuses.
Yeah.
When they show up, and that's that.
Yeah. When the driver feels like working that day, he's gonna, hop on the bus and work. Otherwise, there's no buses. So this is the situation now. We're gonna head there. Apparently, it takes a little while. So, Adam's back has gone out as well. So he's
had a boat yoga injury.
If only he were doing, well, you were kind of doing yoga actually. You were in the build and like
downward dog
messing around. Exactly. So he's busted his back and he's kind of wincing in pain every 5 seconds. So this will be fun trying to put these bolts back in. I hope he's back to normal tomorrow.
Just hope we make it to town and back before like midnight. You're not standing at the side of the road waiting for a bus that's not coming.
Okay. 2 hour later update.
2, it's more than that.
2, you reckon? So we our whole bus trip to Ponte-Pieter did not go so well. We waited 45 minutes at the bus stop, who then took us 1 kilometre down the road and told us to get off and wait for another bus. We then waited an hour and a half for that bus stop for another bus, which never came. Who knows, we might have still been waiting there, or maybe some bus might have magically appeared. But we decided to cut our losses.
I think the fact that every person who arrived at the bus stop very quickly decided to hitchhike their way away from said bus stop.
Yeah.
And we were unable to hitchhike in this instance because no one would stop for us, looking like the tourists that we are.
Yes.
And having very, very, very poor French skills.
Yes.
We
That's on the list of things to improve.
Unable to get any further. So of course, as Khiara was about to say, we decided to walk back and cut our losses, try to find another way to get these parts or to get out to Ponte-Pieter. Piper picked a bunch of pickles. And we started walking along the highway, only to discover that
it's really dangerous.
Precarious. Fortunately, silver lining for the day, we found a hiking trail that pretty much heads back to where the boat is. Downside to that part of the story is that Khiara has blown out one of her pluggers, one of her thongs.
As a result of not wearing the appropriate footwear.
Yes.
My flip-flops are now broken.
Lost barefoot.
Yeah.
With no food. We do have water this time actually.
Yeah, for once.
That's a plus.
So we'll figure out another option and yeah, see how that goes.
The plot thickens.
lads. Where are we? Where have you taken us? Oh my god, we are so far down a cliff face. We have to go all the way back up.
Surely.
This is painful right now. Where? Yes, it means don't come up the X path.
X marks the spot. Look at sign convention, France.
Well, yeah, as in like don't come up here because.
There's dots and there's arrows and there's crosses.
Oh. How long have we been walking for?
3 hours.
How many times have we gotten lost now?
Every time you were in front.
Lies, all lies. So lost, so hungry, so thirsty. Such an unsuccessful day. But there was we did get an email on our brief periods of being able to get some phone service here. We got an email saying that the part that was meant to arrive today actually hasn't even arrived at all. So the fact that we couldn't get any mode of transport over there anyway is actually a good thing, because it probably would have taken us about 3 hours to even get there, only to discover that the part hadn't been delivered yet, and then we would have had to figure out how the hell to get back. Oh my goodness. We're finally back at the boat after like 4 hours of walking. That was long and fairly unsuccessful until right at the end.
Until now.
Yep. What we were going to do was we were going to ask the place where we're getting the parts if they could just post them to us, just mail them, courier, something to one of these shops here where we are, which is like 5 minutes from our boat. We walked into one of the shops to actually ask if we could use their address, because we figured, you know, that's only polite to ask first. And the guy in the dive shop just up here, he said that he lives in this place, and he'll go there tomorrow afternoon and pick up the parts for us, and he comes back on Friday and he'll just give us our parts for nothing. We were like, well, I will come with you, I will, you know, like, we'll give you money, we'll do something. He's like, no, it's fine, it's all right, it's fine. Oh my god.
He knew the name of the shop.
He knew the name of the shop.
He spoke to the bloke on the phone, and it was just like, yeah, you just arranged the payment.
Oh, for nothing.
I'll have it here on Friday
morning. Oh my god. Oh, I can't even tell you what relief this is. Just like, I was just about on the verge of having like a child tantrum where they, you know, children like stamp their feet because they're just hungry and tired. Exactly. Exactly. I had so many of those moments today, and this has just been like such a relief. Win for the day. Yes.
We'll see. We'll find out on Friday morning.
Yeah, that's true. If these parts even come in tomorrow. Yes, it's good. Heading back to the boat now anyway to finally get something to eat. So the guy from the dive shop came through with the goods. This is our brand new oil assembly pipe, and we're just going to paint it now because we don't really want any rust on there in future, so we need to paint it. But yeah, today we can actually start, when the paint dries, we can start putting this thing back on, finally get going again. Can you actually believe that this is just like the only thing that stopped us from going? It's so small, it's crazy.
What's going on, little grease monkey?
It's pretty wishful thinking, but I think I might be able to take the tools out of the bathroom, out of everywhere, and start packing them up. I put the part back on after painting it, after near tears. I did throw Adam out of the room. He was morally supporting me, his back's still busted. I threw him out. I was like, no, let me do this. So the parts are back on there, and so far so good, no leaks.
I want it on the record that this...
Should I move?
No, that's fine. I got it covered. I want it on the record, formally, that this one entirely solved the problem. Completely. This is entirely your win.
No,
Well
I
done.
didn't.
She found the parts, found the leak, pulled the parts, and put the old new ones back on, and we've just tested it for an hour, and there's nary a drop of oil. Well done. Good job.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
There was a few tantrums.
We've literally been doing this for a few days now, and I've spent every day in the build cleaning it or trying to get a part out or like something. Just every morning squeezing myself into the build, and I'm waking up every day just like I've just had a gym workout the next day. Oh. The sun is still rising. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, and we thought that we'd make an early getaway down the islands. There is not a breath of wind, so it's a struggle to sail, but we only need to go about 12 miles, check out of the country, and then we can start our proper sail, which is about 2 days down to Bequia, where my family have come up to meet us, so we'll sail a little bit further, so a little bit less further down the island, so cuts off a little bit of time at least. There's not too much wind behind the islands, but getting it out of the islands, there's I think there's going to be a fair amount of wind, so we're just enjoying our coffees here right now this morning while it's kind of all calm and relaxed and everything. And just tell everybody about your spreadsheets. Would you like to confess what you've been doing?
No. I don't know if anyone else does this, but like they're 100% aware of the comings and goings of other boats. Like it's pretty rare. Like I reckon I was a pirate in a past life, because I will almost never, if there's a sail on the horizon, like even now I know that there's a boat over there and there's a sail over there. Like even on the way to Bermuda, like if we rose one, there's another one out there. We rose one sail the whole journey, and I picked it straight away. Like I should have been a pirate in a past life, because see, got it before the AIS did. Because like I don't know why. And anyway, so we have a running joke now that I'm always watching the comings and goings of new boats, and when and then I keep this imaginary spreadsheet of everyone's comings and goings and where they're going to be. He has not submitted his departure paperwork with the Ministry of Millennial Falcon. And so yeah, we regularly joke when a boat sneaks up on me and it's there in the morning, and I say, I didn't receive paperwork for that boat. What's he doing here? Where's he come from? What time did he arrive?
So in other words, I would not anchor near us because we are apparently nosy parkers. After checking out, we decided to spend the rest of the day waiting for the strong winds to pass. The next day, we were then ready to set sail again. So, old Bartholomew is coming back out, is he?
Yeah, he's the only one that's successfully caught anything. He's got so many battle wounds that he's actually had a hook torn clean off.
Has he really?
Yeah, that was from that one that got away. It was coming back into Rousseau in Dominica, and it was just like huge. It was
the biggest fish you ever
biggest
saw.
fish anyone's ever seen, but it got away. But it did rip the hook clean off. To be honest, I'm testing a theory. We've had red and white, and we did 100 miles with red and white towing behind. Granted, we were doing like pretty slow. We were doing 4 knots. All we got was barracuda, and we've caught a mahi with this before. So we're gonna see if the colours, maybe the silver and the blue are better than the red and the white for mahi. I remember reading something somewhere that yellow is a mahi thing, or maybe I'm just making it up. I don't know. But we really want a mahi because it's just the best. I'm sure there's probably things we can... Blah, 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 blah.
Adam's just yattering on. It's just like, can I get a word in, please?
Show's moved on. Shut up, Ben. You tell that story.
So yesterday we released an episode, and there was one person who commented something like really flattering about me, because you know it's apparently the Khiara show, and it was like, oh, I wish that I had a daughter who grew up like Khiara. She seems really lovely, and I wouldn't mind as well if she brought home a guy like Ben.
Who the bloody hell's Ben?
Who the hell is Ben? And then afterwards, some other person sent a message too, saying, oh, Khiara's lucky. Ben knows that he sure is lucky too. We're like, who is Ben? Oh, Ben, don't worry. Apparently Ben is now his alter ego. Please anybody give us fishing tips of how to not catch barracuda.
Come halfway around the world, bought a boat with dreams of cruising the Caribbean, hauling in mahi by the pound. We've had nothing but mangy barracuda that we don't want to eat for 2 years. One fish in 2 years.
I tell you what, all the fish here seem to have cinqueterra, so this is probably also a reason why we haven't eaten much fish when we're out here.
The summary of every article you read about ciguatera is like, yeah, just don't fish. It'd be faster to list the fish that don't have ciguatera, but I don't think there are any according to modern science. Best advice I heard so far was like, stick to medium size, like don't take the monsters because they've been in circulation for a long time. And
yeah,
they've got
understandable,
lots of
yeah.
build-up. Take the medium sized fish, pelagics, but and don't eat them all in one go. Like bag them, date them.
Oh yeah,
and then
okay.
Eat a small section of the fish.
Yeah.
And if you feel really bad, obviously turf the lot.
Yeah.
And then just work. Like people get really ill when they just haul in a monster whatever.
Yeah.
And smash it.
Yeah,
or like have a
okay.
whole fish dinner and then they just overload on the toxin.
Yeah, okay.
Join us next episode as we recommence our sail south, straight into the teeth of the strongest squall we've ever faced. And we're again greeted by our dolphin comrades who were less than impressed at our attempts to serenade them.